What's going on, Taurus? Welcome to my channel. It's Craft and Conjure. We're about to jump into your energy. This goes out to sun, moon, and rising, singles, couples, men and women. Cross watchers are welcome. Until November 5th, all 35-minute readings will be $20. So if that's your thing, go ahead and shoot me a message. All right. Oh, and all that information will be down below in the description box and stuff. Interesting. What's going on with you, Taurus? Dark night of the soul. You're going through it for a reason. Yeah. All right, out the pocket, we have the opening energy of the Five of Pentacles. Now, mind you, don't worry, it gets better. Because the Five of Pentacles is feeling out in the cold, feeling abandoned, nothing's growing, it's just barren, but if you look real close at that card, you'll see, you'll see that flower sprouting. I like to consider this my Dark Night of the Soul card sometimes, because if you really think about it, the Five of Pentacles is what it is. It's out in the cold. Well, you're not so much out in the cold. Consider it like a timeout, a spiritual timeout. The universe wants you to stay grounded and balanced and steadfast during this situation. The universe wants you to spend time to really balance your stuff, to really get it to where it is. You might be casting magic. You might be praying. You might be meditating for shift and change, and nothing's happening. No matter how balanced you might feel you are, no matter how grounded you might feel you are, balance and ground some more, because that is going to be needed for this. Told you it gets better. The ships that do come in now, these ships that come in are going to require for you to be balanced, require for you to be on point. Gentlemen, I heard that it will be a good time to get balanced, because somebody might be returning. Now, take it how you want it. This can be love, this can be friendship, this can be whatever it is, but it is going to be a good reunion. If you look at this, the Six of Cups, it's about happiness, it's about joy, it's about reunion, it's about childlike energies, so forth and so on. Just fun stuff, not childish, childlike, where you have that innocence, that naivety. There's a certain beauty in being naive. So it's a very naive energy, not as in stupid, just, y'all don't give a damn about what the world say. Y'all gonna go paint the town purple. But the ships coming in aren't so much financial this go around, but people that you've been wanting to reconnect with, so forth and so on. So I would say, if you are defensive about how the universe is working right now, understand that you will not be in that Five of Pentacles, that barren energy, for long. And it's just a good thing to meditate, so forth and so on, and stay in that high priest energy between the masculine and the feminine, the balance. I would say, pick up a couple rites in the morning, or in the afternoon, something you like, maybe, or something you haven't tried before, or something you should give it a shot, like the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. Okay, yeah, that's more of a ceremonial thing, but at the same time, I'm the first to say, look, angels predate a lot of systems, so I've never seen an issue with them versus them, or them versus them, old gods versus angels. That's just a bunch of fallacy BS, and many of them want to work with people. But even if you don't feel too comfortable using that lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram the way it was created, you can. There's so many versions of it online that have been tweaked and altered per path. The Wiccans have one. They went and created one. So many. Even I have an altered one for my point of view, mainly because certain god form names ring more power to me than others. Adonai and Yod Heh Agilah. That rings to me. Even though I'm a witch. I haven't been blown up yet. And in reality, if you don't look at, you don't even have to use the four great archangels. You can use elements. Like, if you think about it, you can replace the four great archangels with the elements of the many witches or Wiccans use when they open up: the sylphs, salamanders, undines, gnomes. There you go. So it varies, it varies. So I would suggest it would help it in general. It's going to help your psychic centers. It's going to help you with progress. It's going to help you grow as a person, and it's going to help you rebalance. So in the meantime, I would really say get into a daily meditative rite. It doesn't even have to be the LBRP. I just kind of use that as an example, but get into a meditative rite. Stay in the path, stay on top of your emotions. This will help you control the emotions. Also, this will help you with visualization. This will help you with focus. This will help you with calm. This will clean your senses. This will clean everything out. You'll be good to go. Also, I am hearing that maybe you should spend a little time outside in the morning just sun gazing. I don't mean when it's all the way up. When it first starts to rise and you can look at it, there's a method of sun gazing, and we all know that the sun is known for burning out all that negative energy that is in the chakras. This is keep it real. The sun is badass. It's going to help you reconnect to the high priestess energy within, which is a good thing because you got the high priest and the high priestess. So stay balanced between the masculine and the feminine and understand that things are going on the way they are in the universe for a reason. The universe hasn't forgotten about you, nor have your ancestors, but I heard that you got to kind of reach out a little bit more to the ancestors. You got to kind of say, you know what, I got to put in more work and so forth and so on. So if that resonates with you, fill your cup up and bring it towards the ancestral current more than ever before. Most are so worried about how they're going to do it. Just look, if you're new to that or if you're struggling, just look. I know people will be like, get some water and this and that. And I'm all for the water and the food and the offerings and stuff. But when you're starting out and you don't really have that understanding, or you can't really find something that works for you, or the cookie cutter method sucks. No disrespect meant, but sometimes the cookie cutter method sucks. Call it like I said. Change my mind. Sometimes the cookie cutter method does suck. Sometimes the LBRP ain't for everybody. Sometimes casting of a Wiccan circle is for everybody, so forth and so on. And sometimes, you hear a billion ways to start, and then your guides and your ancestors are like, well, we don't like it like that. So when they tell you they don't like that, and you see that they don't like any of the choices that have been laid before you by a modern man, you got to kind of get it, you got to improvise, you got to improv. And remember one thing, not people created rights. The LBRP was created, if I'm correct, by the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. Let's go Raymond Buckland, Uncle Bucky, Maxine Sanders, British traditional witchcraft, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, Christianity, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. At the end of the day, whether they might have gotten divine wisdom from their deity or their forces, they still wrote that stuff down. Okay, they still interpreted, they still downloaded, they still wrote it down, and they passed it on. So don't ever think that you cannot create your own everything, and don't think that you cannot achieve your Queen of Pentacles status by doing your thing, because you can. You don't always have to follow a certain specific tradition. Now, mind you, it is good to get involved in things that can help and help you hone. If you're not the best for writing your rituals and things of that nature, because when you're first starting out, that can be slightly intimidating. So I would honestly say just a little bit of time and introspection, even if you aren't into the LBRP or things of that nature. Create daily meditations, daily rites, daily rituals. It's going to take a little bit of knowledge, unless you're just going directly on prayer, freestyle prayer. Okay. But if you want to include certain things like a ritual bath, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, you're going to have to read, you're going to have to research. Now, I will also add that you have to understand that by different traditions, herbs mean different things. Okay. Even within many practitioners, I know a practitioner of hoodoo that uses cloves for one thing, and then another practitioner of hoodoo using it for another, and they go for completely different things. They have they say love oils, and it doesn't align with what the other person's love oil does, but they both work. So understand that at the end of the day, all these herbs do have a cookie cutter method to them, but sometimes they do stand for multiple things. They do stand for multiple energies, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's really, at the end of the day, trial and error, trial and error, trial and error, trial and error. And you just got to kind of have that confidence and that witty nature. And sometimes you got to laugh it off. Like, you see, he's on his throne. He ain't get to his throne by just, being serious all the time. He got to his throne by laughing it off. He's not the most knowledgeable on the tree. But you know why he's on his throne? Because he kept going. He didn't give up. Even if it blew up in his face. He said, well, that sucked. But I didn't get possessed or anything, so I'm good. Just trial and error. Don't be afraid to mess up. People fear the word fail. Well, you can't succeed unless you fail. So remember, in final, hard work. does pay off. It might not seem like it at first, but the more and more you practice your craft, the more and more subtleties will become more visual and more vibrant to you. Okay? That's all I got for you. Seems that y'all going to have a very interesting winter. Hopefully this resonates in some way, shape, manner, or form. If so, please like, share, and subscribe, and join the Craft and Conjure Aquarius Moon Tarot family. All right? Peace.